Alright everybody, welcome back. This is part 2 of our Nanally team building guide. This is our NUKE team. This is our Blossom team. It's entirely Blossom focused. We don't have to worry about splitting the focus of our reaction cycles here. So instead of having Sakura on the team, we're going to have Zero on the team. It's going to be pure Blossom. You can see that we're just making that clean swap. I will showcase how we get this started. I'm not really so much going to go through like the mechanics of it because we did that in the first video. I'm going to catch you up with where I am with Zero. You can see that Zero is not super, I haven't invested a whole lot into Zero. Personally, I'm not a fan of the main character in gacha games, but Zero is absolutely clutch for a Blossom team. The abilities and skills that she uses, he or she, they use, are you're basically swapping out your support character. So instead of Sakura as your support character giving you direct attack buffs and a separate lane for reaction cycles, you're instead going to get a character for support that is directly supported with dupes by the story content and will be able to give you support for your cycle reactions. So you'll be able to, in this way, you'll still have the same type of efficiency that you would have if you were using Sakura as your support instead. However, because you're focusing only on one reaction rather than two, it allows you to kind of more freely interchange between the characters. And you'll see what I mean here as we go do. I'm going to go do the same stage that we have used for the other team build videos, the Arachne, so that you can see that we're operating under the same conditions, same difficulty, all that good stuff. So I'll show you how the rotation plays out. It's super duper simple. You charge up with Nanally. You can swap back to back with Juyuan. You swap in CHIZ or Zero whenever it's ready. You immediately get Blossom. I prefer to swap to CHIZ first and drop a big chunk of damage on them. And then after that, swap to Juyuan, or excuse me, play with Nanally first, then swap to CHIZ, drop a massive chunk of damage on them, and then swap to Juyuan. Usually, if there's mobs, you have to get them grouped back up because they've wandered off. So group them back up with Juyuan, charge up, charge up. You swap to Zero, and you can almost instantly get the reaction with Zero. A lot of people have some very meta rotations for a team build like this. I'm not gonna purport to do that here. I don't have like the spreadsheet damage numbers, and I'm not like farming. I haven't started farming Beyond the Rails yet. Like I'm not like a famous streamer or anything like that. This video isn't sponsored, and I don't have that much of an advantage over anybody else playing this game. Though I did like pull my freaking I pulled with everything that I had in 1.0 to try and get the best characters that I could, based off of stuff that I was seeing on YouTube, And so I'm just sharing the characters that I've found that, that work together pretty well. Whether or not they match up with what you'll see on YouTube from other content creators, I can't speak to that. But even here you can see the amounts of damage that you can pull off just kind of back to back with this team setup it's pretty critical. And if you watched my other Nanally video, I think the clear time in that video was like 2:45 or something like that. So, I mean, you shaved off nearly a whole minute just by concentrating on Blossom damage, and not spreading out your focus. If you want to just use a support character that's going to be around, that's going to sustainably be able to help out just about any team, Swiss Army knife, Sakura is a good choice. If you more so care about just doing as much damage as possible, your time to kill is the most important thing, TTK is the most important thing to you, nailing down a rotation that best benefits the specific abilities of the characters, a Blossom team strictly is the way to go. Find yourself some decent Cosmos characters. CHIZ you get for free. She's broken. You get all your free copies of her and her arc from leveling up your Tycoon. We've been over this. We've been over this. We talked about it in the other video. I'm not gonna go back over all of that. But by swapping back to back with Nanally and Juyuan, or swapping every other character, Anima, Cosmos, with this team, you can secure these Blossom reactions very frequently. You get that extra DOT, way more DPS, and so you're gonna have a good time. The higher you level up their skills and abilities, you'll see that incrementally, if not exponentially, increase as far as the amount of damage that you'll be able to output. One of the main things that you'll have to focus on if you want to see really big damage numbers like you're seeing these other streamers put up, you're gonna have to focus on the console and the cartridges. That's where the heart of all of this lies. Okay, you would probably see better numbers if Zero had cartridge in mods, but I honestly haven't invested a whole lot into her. But you can see the difference between that squad and the first squad, which uses Sakura. If you want to learn more about how to actually get how the rotation engine works, more about their weapons and arcs and skills and everything like that, check out the first video. If you liked this video and the other video, and you don't have the limited banner team, say you just have a standard banner team, I have a Daffodil video that will help you trigger Scorch, Nova, and Discord in rotation, and you can actually trigger Discord back to back with this team. It's pretty crazy. Scorch and Blossom are right now the best 2 damage types in the game, so those are the 2 teams that I built for, and here I've been able to kind of set up a rotation guide for both of them, now that I've had kind of time to play around with them a bit. Haniel is a secret weapon. Haniel is a lot like CHIZ. You get a lot of copies of Haniel for free, and absolutely A-tier support or S-tier support character, even though it's an A-ranked character. So invest in that if you haven't. If you haven't seen my Porsche video, you got to check it out. Yes, you can get the Porsche for $5 or less. I'm sure you've seen the videos saying, the Porsche is 20 million fawns. But to secure the Porsche directly, you'd have to spend $200. But to secure the Porsche, it would cost the same amount of pulls to secure a character off of Hard Pity. But like all these complaints, bro, no, absolutely not. If you're even slightly prepared for 1.1, you can get the Porsche $5 or less, up to and including free. And really, you don't even have to spend any money. You can get it completely for free. If you're interested in getting the Porsche, you're probably interested in getting it because you like the racing or you want to get into the racing. If you'd like to get into the racing or you haven't checked it out yet, haven't wanted to check it out yet, or you're curious about it, I have a video on the racing. It's actually my longest video so far to date on NTE, because I love the racing. It had a lot of problems, a lot of bugs. The Griffin would stick to walls and stuff like that. People were able to get a head start in the race, and just other collision issues, skill issues. You could see my terrible driving. That's the whole first half of the video, and then the second half of the video is post-patch. They did 2 hot fixes, both of which targeted racing, and they fixed a lot of the handling. They fixed the collision and sticking issues, and so racing is much better now, and you can get a ton of fawns that way. Best way to burn city stamina, in my opinion, and absolutely fun if you love cars. Check out that video. And if you love cars, then check out my drifting video. It's literally just like 10 minutes of just absolute NTE drifting chaos. It's just me being neurotic, drifting around a Wartimer tower, practicing my drifting in my modded ST79. I have that thing clapped out, and it slides all over the place. It is an excellent car for drifting. If you like these videos and more, like and subscribe for more NTE content, and I'll see you in the next one.